Creed 3 is the ninth Rocky movie in the series, the first one to be directed by Michael B. Jordan, the first one to ever be filmed in IMAX, and also the first one to not have Rocky featured in the film. Well, knowing this going in, it has a lot to do and a lot to live up to. So, in the end, how does it do? I'd say that for me, Creed 3 was a blast in the movie theaters. I saw this in IMAX and it was just worth it. The boxing scenes were some of the best in the series, and Michael B. Jordan, from behind the scenes as a director, really shined. This is a great movie to start off his directing career with, and he already tries to add his own take and flair for the boxing scenes. Like I said, this is stylistically some of the best boxing you're ever going to see in these movies, from my perspective at least. And I can definitely see where he said he had some inspiration from anime such as Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, because it clearly showed at the boxing scenes. But from a story filmmaking perspective, how does it work? Well, from a bare basic plot synopsis, Creed 3 focuses on Adonis Creed, now retired, and focusing more on the behind-the-scenes stuff in the boxing world, and is more so a story of how he kind of wants to let it go away, but he doesn't want to stay away from boxing. But also at the same time, it features him coming to grips with the past as one of his old childhood friends, Dame Anderson, shows up at his doorstep. There is clear tension and mystery behind Adonis's past, and there is a clear rivalry built between Damien and Adonis, leading, of course, to the ultimate epic match at the end. But, of course, it's all about the journey, not the climax, even though the climax was a blast to begin with. I'd say the journey to get to the climax, for me at least, was really good. I mean, story-wise, it's like nothing new from the Rocky movies, but for me, I kind of accepted that going in, so that didn't affect me much. But I will say that for me, what really impressed me was Michael B. Jordan as the director and Jonathan Majors as Dame in the movie. He was fantastic. This is really Majors' year to shine. And boy, he does. He was my favorite thing from Quantumania. I just wish the movie was better. And I'll probably watch it for his portrayal of Kang, but man, I'm easily gonna go rewatch it just because of his character relationship with Adonis. The two have insanely good chemistry together. The scenes get real intense real fast. He's a great adversary and a great antagonist for this movie, and probably one of the best villains yet in the Rocky movies. But from a storytelling perspective, there's also a lot of other subplots as well that don't get much time to shine, which for me is kind of alright, except one, and I'll talk about that later. And mostly deals with Creed mostly trying to be the family man and trying to step away slowly from boxing, as he tries to focus more on trying to figure out whether his wife is happy, stepping from behind the scenes of music, since her hearing is going to definitely affect her in her career going forward. And there's also his daughter, who is, of course, deaf in the movie. It was definitely a cute little thing just to be there. But it definitely shows Adonis softening and definitely showing some real, I guess, concern for later in the movie. I feel like that's really why they kind of had her in there. But even then, I mean, they have subplots there with a girl getting into fights at school and his wife Bianca. Sorry, I blanked out on her name for a sec. Kind of like figuring out what she wants to do in the music industry now, but I don't think they need to be that addressed and focused on. They were all right. I mean, you could definitely tell some of their plots was condensed and cut from the movie. That was definitely evident, but it never stopped me from enjoying the movie, and it never deterred from the actual main story, and that was fine for me, honestly. But there is one subplot that I want to address, because this is definitely where one of my complaints comes in for the movie. There is a subplot with Creed and his mother, where she had a stroke before, and he wants his mother to come live with him at his house, because he wants to keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't have a stroke again. So no surprise, she has a stroke again and she gets into a hospital. She of course dies, and of course there is a funeral with Adonis attending, and my one gripe is, for obvious reasons, Rocky is not there. And I feel like this is the only scene I would have Rocky in. I don't want him there for long. I would just have him be a cameo of anything for that one scene. It doesn't make sense for his character to not be there. We've seen him attend funerals before. We've seen him lead and give speeches about other funerals before. So for me, what would have made this movie a lot more emotional is if Rocky would have shown up to Adonis's mother's funeral, given a few words, and talked to Adonis about him and Dame and offer his help, his advice. And then I feel like it would end with Adonis being like, no, this is my battle and I gotta deal with it my way. Easy, done. I don't need Rocky again after that. You'd have been like, okay, I'll go back to Philadelphia, okay? That was my horrible Sylvester Stallone impression. Please let that not affect your opinion for the rest of this video. But other than that, and that my complaint there, I'd say that this movie was still a very fun movie to watch, even then. And I would definitely go and check it out at the movies, in IMAX or not. So very thankfully, I am going to award Creed 3 4.5 out of 5 lightsabers. It would easily be a 5 for me, but then I have my own nitpicks that kind of stop it from being the real, epic, flawless, I guess, flawless for me movie I could just tune in right now and watch it. Like, Top Gun Maverick, for me, I have really no problems with. This one, it has its issues, but I'm willing to overlook them. But with that said, there's still issues I feel like that could be easily fixed. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. But I also know some other people haven't, and that's fine. So, just curiously, what did you all think of Creed 3? You think this is the best in the Creed series? Or how does this rank in the Rocky series for you going forward? And more importantly, are you excited and hoping for more out of the Creed or Rocky series? Please let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more content like this, and I hope to do more reviews in the future. Take care.